Today's episode of The Mom Game is brought to you by our friends at Gateway GMC at LBJ and Jupiter. I know that buying a car can be stressful, but not at Gateway because their slogan is, Gateway's got it. And just what does that mean? Well, it means Gateway's got a wide selection of new GMCs and GM-certified used vehicles, all competitively priced. Gateway's got it. In these busy times, you want a car dealer who makes things easy and convenient. Well, guess what? Gateway's got it. When you log on to gatewaygmc.com, look for the Shop, Click, Drive button. This allows you to shop from the comfort of your home, and who doesn't want that? In fact, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, select your vehicle. 2, create your offer. 3, schedule that delivery. And on top of all this, Gateway GMC offers complimentary car washes for life. So when you want a dealer who has it all, Gateway's got it. You can find them online at gatewaygmc.com or shop in person at LBJ and Jupiter. GMC, we are professional grade. And welcome inside the Coppola Studios for episode 286 of The Mom Game. I'm Emily Jones. She's Julie Dobbs. Oh gosh, this one's going to be hard. I got a little something special for you.
I've been looking at this for a while. I'm ready to drink it, Emily.
Happening right now.
Uh-oh.
Gosh, this is unfortunate.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
It's all right. It's all right. Okay. It
always
is.
Scares me. I know it's coming, but it still scares
The
me.
coveted Coppola Blanc de Blanc. It's Francis Coppola wine, but it's under the Sophia label. Sophia, who obviously is Francis Ford Coppola's daughter, who's a badass in her own right. I feel like we should get to meet Francis and Sophia at some point.
I know. We've been drinking a lot of their wine.
Yeah. I feel like
surely that's like the only prerequisite to getting to meet them.
Say like, hey. So our guest today, as we deep tease, Tony Casillas, former Dallas Cowboy, former Oklahoma Sooner, has actually visited the Coppola winery.
Yes,
said it was
so cool.
Yeah, and said it was really cool.
I really want to go.
Like not just wine stuff, but there was like movie shit too because of all the movie.
Because they make movies.
They do make movies and wine. Very good wine.
Okay. Cheers.
We're
back.
We're back.
Labor Day, post Labor Day.
Yeah. Happy post Labor Day. How was yours? How's your house doing? Just tell everyone what happened on Friday.
The question that gives you hives.
Because like last week, I had to take a drink before you answered the question. Are you still in a VRBO? The answer was no. Mm-hmm. We celebrated. It was great. And then what happened after that, Julie?
Oh, yeah. I forgot already. Isn't that the good thing about my brain?
It is.
I forget
I would still be traumatized.
Recent trauma. We had to move out to a hotel for one night because they started painting. I think it might have been like a day before we thought they were going to start painting because we had the trip planned to go to Llano, our ranch, for Labor Day to get out, but to also like leave the house for
his
4
paint
days.
is strong.
Paint is strong, I
Yes.
learned. But they started while I was out running some errands, I guess, the other day, Thursday day. So I came home and I mean, it was bad. It was pungent. It was like gave me an immediate headache. And
we were on a call and you mentioned it. You're like, whoa, this is pretty strong.
Yeah, it was really strong. And then I had another call at 3:00 that I like barely got through. And it was crazy, like immediate headache.
Yeah.
Bad. And then Ryder came home and then he was having a little bit of an off day, which might have been because of the paint. And it was just like all hell breaking loose. But I knew that I didn't want Anna to be there. So we moved to a hotel. So we had one night in a hotel. I think I texted you and Jasmine, like, I don't know, right when I was going to bed. I was like, just so y'all know, I think you'll love this information.
And then you added, like, we're in a hotel. And then you added the caveat of, and we just walked to dinner to Benihana or something.
We walked to Benihana in the rain. My poor kids.
Does your car work?
At what point does CPS get called?
Don't say that.
Like this morning's Anna's like, Mom, can I please just have a packed lunch? I was like, no, honey, not right now. We don't have a kitchen. I don't have food. Like I finally found a little like Tupperware to put some stuff in, but it was out on the table in the backyard and it wasn't clean, but I don't have a sink and I didn't want to clean it it's just a lot. So I was like, no, just buy your lunch. Just a couple more days.
Yeah.
We're almost there.
So is there a light at the end of this tunnel?
Well, yes, I think so. I missed a call while we were shooting from my contractor.
Okay.
So we're talking I think countertops.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're
Exciting.
getting there. We're getting there. And I'm hoping they're finishing up painting today. The furniture's all still. I came home and I was like, maybe it'll all be done, but the furniture is all still pushed to the middle of the room.
Yep.
It looks like maybe it's just the primer on a couple of walls. So hopefully they wrap that up soon. And then we'll carry on.
Carry on.
Yeah.
Yeah. With stuff.
So I don't know at this point. It's probably like, I bet realistically, maybe 2 weeks,
Okay.
for the kitchen to be all the way done, maybe a week. I don't know what's stopping them at this point. I feel like they could go in there and finish today if they wanted, but I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So hopefully we're getting close. And then the backyard people are doing turf tomorrow and Friday, and he thinks by Saturday they might be done. Whatever day. 2 days this week, and then he thinks by Saturday they might be done. So at least we can maybe go swimming and stuff.
Light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, I think so. But it's looking great.
It is. I bet it is.
It is.
I know the floors look great because you texted me a picture of those, and they look great. I got to fit there. Right fast. Excuse me.
Oh dear.
Yep. There we go.
Okay.
There we go. Sure.
What's new in your world?
Nothing. I had a very low key weekend because I was solo for the vast majority of it. Henry and Mike went down to the coast fishing, and Hattie wanted to go to Graham to hang out with family there. And so Friday I had lunch and Maj with the girls at the house.
Mm-hmm.
And then Saturday, literally laid on the couch all day, watched college football.
Nice.
Cooked up some fajitas for my niece and her boyfriend and my mom. And then Sunday got so much shit done. It was unreal. And then went and got Hattie, and we had a wedding on Sunday night. Her volleyball coach.
Oh, fun.
Sweet Kristen. Yeah, we've had Kristen forever. So anyway, went to her wedding reception because they had already gotten married in Banff, which was absolutely beautiful. They showed the video. It was gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then Monday, more chores and stuff, food prep for the week. Big food prep girl now.
Are you?
So yeah, made chicken fried rice on the black stone. Top, whatever it's called.
For when? Like,
we had it for dinner last night.
okay. So tell me about this food prepping.
So Henry, is in his bulking era, and so I make like ground beef to put in his eggs because I make him eggs with ground beef in the mornings.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And then he likes hot lunches. And so just making sure we have like rice and a protein to put in his thermos. So.
And then he warms it up there.
Stuff. No, you remember thermoses?
Oh, thermoses keep it warm.
Oh,
Thermoses
yes.
are
So
amazing. Mm-hmm.
Thermoses are really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Yeah, so pretty uneventful. So much football. Watched so much football.
Yeah.
Loved it. I'm so glad it's back.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can talk more about that in Sports Courts if we don't have anything else to carry on about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, please give Tony Casillas a listen in this episode. He was awesome.
So good. We covered all the sports Skorts.
We covered all the sports. We covered the parenting. We covered crazy youth sports. We covered crazy professional sports.
It's all crazy. That's the common
crazy college
theme.
sports. Pretty much everything is crazy.
Crazy 90s Cowboys.
Oh, yeah. So lots to talk about with Tony. And he had some stories that I hadn't heard before, which is really fun, especially after watching the documentary on the Cowboys. You kind of thought they would have told them all, but there's still plenty to be told, according to Tony. Yeah. So anyway, all right, let's get a little sports scortsy with our friends at Baylor Scott and White.
Yay for Baylor Scott and White being back, longtime friends of the mom game, and they have something cool going on right now. They want you to unleash your frog power with our friends at Baylor Scott and White All Saints as the proud sponsor of TCU Athletics. Baylor Scott and White Health is giving you the chance to win something very cool. It's a football signed by Coach Sonny Dykes, Emily.
I'm familiar with Sonny Dykes.
I know you are. So it's really easy to win. This is something, actually, I think Ryder bid on this exact thing at our school auction and didn't get it. So maybe I'll enter for him because he was so excited about the possibility of having a football signed by Coach Sonny Dykes. And all you have to do here is snap a picture of the QR code that's on your screen. It'll take you straight to the entry form. QR code on your screen. I have a feeling we'll also blast this out on our socials. While you're there, check out game day tips to keep you at your peak so every game feels like your best game. And remember, at Baylor Scott and White Health, you've always got a team. that has your back. Entries for this contest must be received prior to 11:59 p.m. Central Time on December 2nd, 2025.
Okay, speaking of Sonny Dykes, the Frogs just rolled in their opener on Labor Day evening, 48-14 over North Carolina, and of course Bill Belichick. It was, I don't know if you watched much of it, but
I don't have a TV.
Oh, that's right. Bless it. Okay. So anyway, North Carolina came out first possession and just I think it was 7 plays and just was in the end zone. And of course, I'm married to a Horned Frog, and he's like, we may lose 10 games this year. And I'm like, oh my God, it was one drive.
Right.
So TCU got punched in the mouth on that first drive, and then it was all TCU after that. 48-14 was the final. But
Bill didn't have an answer.
Bill did not have an answer, and I just keep going back to what on earth is this man thinking? What is he thinking? What is he doing? What is he thinking? I know he's trying to set his son up, but does he have to do this in order to ensure that his son is going to be
but don't you think that he's just so obsessed with football? He doesn't want to go sit on his couch.
He's so obsessed with football and control because he could have had an NFL job, but there was too many strings attached, and North Carolina was the first one that bit. But anyway, whatever. Our friend Sonny Dykes made the comment afterward that he felt like that they were a little disrespected because all the talk was about Bill Belichick and North Carolina and all that kind of stuff, and they experienced it last year with Deion Sanders. Colorado was their first game with Deion Sanders versus TCU, so it's kind of a back-to-back seasons of this kind of stuff, but or was it last season? Or maybe it was the season before. Anyway, I can't remember. Whenever Deion's first game was. So anyway, that was the kind of the cherry on top of the college football opening weekend, and it was glorious.
Yeah,
I mean, the Texas Ohio State game was boring, but it was still exciting.
Oh yeah,
but it was boring.
Watched that with a bunch of Longhorns.
Yeah. It was boring. And it's just,
they were all the big deal was Arch Manning's debut, of course. And I guess he didn't look very good. I only saw the end of the game.
He not only didn't look good, he didn't look fundamentally sound as a quarterback.
Yeah. It was funny.
Weird throwing motions, and
he's probably super nervy.
I guess so. But at some point, don't you just revert back to, I don't know. And
maybe they didn't working on him too much. Working on his mechanics.
I don't know. But he did not look good. And they're going to be better. He's going to look better. They're going to look better.
The dialogue from the Longhorn fans was that he was not put in a good position to succeed in his first game.
Well, Sark didn't do him any favors.
They weren't calling plays that he's used to, that he likes. They were being too safe. They were being too conservative until the end of the game when they finally needed to score. Yeah, so that's
one drive he looked really good. I mean, and they turned the ball over a couple times, and Ohio State is good. They're good. Ohio State is. Who needs to slide to their left, Glenn? Okay, I was like, wait a minute. So anyway, we'll see. I mean, I'm not saying it's an irrelevant game, but it's not nobody's. If you lose in week 1, no one's. Yeah, getting counted out at this point.
That's a huge game off the top of the schedule.
Yeah, and then the whole Miami Notre Dame game was awesome. The Florida State Alabama game, holy shnikes, Florida State looks good. Everyone's talking about how this Alabama just looks like shit, but I'm like, maybe Florida State's really good. They lost 10 games last year, and they looked really good. But it was just a fun weekend. My Red Raiders got that big dub over somebody that's not very good.
Big dub.
The big, huge dub. Well, listen, a win's a win.
Right.
Anyway,
Mizzou got a big, huge dub too.
Okay.
Over somebody. That's not really good. And it was 61-4.
I think we were Arkansas Pine Bluff, maybe. I can't remember. Anyway, it was a very dominating performance, as it should have been.
Yeah.
So anyway, college football's back, and that's exciting. And it's still hot in Dallas-Fort Worth, but it's not balls hot.
We've gotten a lot of rain, so it's cooled it a little.
So much rain. And it's it's not 85 when you wake up. It feels like there's a little crispness in the air.
Right.
Feels nice. I love football season
I know
so
you
much.
do.
I love it so much. So yes, college football is back. Micah Parsons is a Green Bay Packer. the Cowboys kick off their season on Thursday, which is the day the show will post. We are going to talk about it all in depth with Tony Casillas a little bit later in the show. He's fantastic. We talk all the things. Old Cowboys, current Cowboys, Micah Parsons, the documentary, his philosophy and thoughts on crazy ass youth sports, all that fun stuff. But yeah, Mike as a Packer, I feel like it's been dissected. If I'm just breaking news to you, I apologize. And what rock have you been living under? But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how this team looks. How the Cowboys looks going up against the defending world champions, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Right.
At their place on Thursday night.
It's going to be rough. I'm not.
Is it the first game of the season?
Yeah.
So fun.
I'm not predicting good things for the Cowboys.
I'm so excited. Like I
know.
love football season.
I know.
And I love it even more now that I don't cover it.
Yeah.
Like
that's real.
So much more.
Yeah.
Because when I was covering football, it was like you were so focused in on one game a week and doing all the studying and all that kind of stuff. And then while you were working that game, let's say it was my favorite kicks were 2:30 kicks. If it was a 2:30 kick, then you're prepping, you're in meetings and all that kind of stuff from like at least noon and then by the time you get done doing everything you need to do. So from like noon to 7, you're completely out of commission. Yeah. So you would miss all the 11 o'clock games. You'd miss all the 2:30 games. And then you could catch, the 7 o'clock games. But it's so much more fun now that I'm not covering it.
The best thing in the world is I think both of us, you way longer than me, but we both worked so many weekends too. Just like always had to work on Fridays or Saturdays or Sundays. And when you can just have a full on weekend and not have to worry about going anywhere, doing anything, especially when the weather cools down, you can just be on your couch and you can like have the speakers on, the surround sound and just play some or watch some football and hang out. Awesome. Yeah, it's great. That's one of the reasons I love just heading out to the ranch too. We'll probably go back in October, November because you can really escape and then just hang out. But no, busy football weekend and Cowboys. I'm not expecting much. I'm not expecting much from them.
Well, you are the Cowboys prognosticator.
I am. I did have to stay up late last night and cut my own clip.
I woke up this morning at like 5 and it was like, I cut a clip of me saying I was right about the Micah Parsons trade. And I was like, okay, Julie, good, noted.
The Julie voice is back.
Were you feeling?
I got a clip of me.
I was just wondering if like the whole height thing was, you needed like you needed something to come back from the whole height
I don't
thing.
think that was. No, I'm not admitting defeat there.
I'm clearly 2 inches taller than you.
You might be taller than me, but I don't. But it was a very like tiered conversation. It's not just about who's taller. It's about are you 5'7" or 5'5".
Well, are you 5'5" or 5'3"?
I don't know. We need to get a scientist here to measure us.
Calling all scientists.
How else would we figure out how tall we are?
We're not going to let this rest. I mean, there's going to have to be some definitive answers.
There are, and there is a way to do that. We can be measured.
Yeah, we can.
Just like most things, we can be measured. And I'm happy to be measured live on the air. I don't know what I'm fighting for even at this point or what I even said or what's happening.
No. But you did predict the Micah Parsons trade.
I did.
Or you predicted that he would be traded.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think it's remember I was like trying so hard to make Trey Lance happen for like 2 seasons.
Oh my God, you loved him so much.
I was just like really determined that he wasn't getting a fair shot.
You died on the
and Trey I had Lance nothing to really base it on. It more just became like a game within myself and like a little gamble because I don't gamble. Yeah. Like, well, if in my brain, like I just think this might work out, and then I'm gonna be like, I'm the one.
Who said Trey Lance?
And that didn't work out.
It didn't.
But when I heard that Micah Parsons was actually traded and like the whole world was freaking out and there were clips of people on ESPN like prior to this happening that morning saying there's no way, the big people that get paid all the money. There's no way Jerry Jones would trade Micah Parsons. There's no way this is going to happen.
This is Julie's mocking voice of all of you who said Micah Parsons wasn't going to be traded.
Everybody. It was, what's his name? Skip and Shannon. And
is Skip still, does he still have a show?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Who's all the people? They're all like, there's no way Jerry would do that. Blah, 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 blah. And then bam, it happened. And I think there's only one person in all of the world that said that this might actually happen. Oh. And it was me. So
okay. Well,
I just had a feeling. Micah Parsons is a very emotional, like probably immature.
yeah, but I don't think this was on
emotionally.
This was on them.
Well, right. But I think that he just, it was on both parties.
Yeah.
Micah wasn't going to let it fade. Like Micah wasn't just going to let Jerry come in the end and say, this is what I want. Yeah. He wasn't going to let Jerry win. He felt taken advantage of.
Scoot to your left again. I just got a text. Sorry.
What is going on?
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, I was right about that, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is that
it does matter when you're right.
It sad.
Feels good, though.
It felt good.
It feels good when you're right, especially when you have an unpopular opinion, right? You're going against the grain, and then you get to be right.
Yeah, because it was a weird opinion. Yeah, so I wanted to, and you have permission. I will even cut the clip for you if you become right about something. You have permission to.
If in the event that I ever do.
Yes, if you make a prognostication about football or anything else.
Okay.
I will cut the clip for you.
That is so kind of you, Julie.
Of you winning and spiking the football.
That is so kind of you. Yeah. Thanks. I don't know that it'll ever happen, but it's good to have it in my back pocket.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's fun to try to predict things.
Yeah, okay, we can have a prediction contest. Mm-hmm. We'll do over under on Cowboy or number of wins for the Cowboys. And we have to write them on a paper so we can't judge off of each other.
Okay.
You want to do it now?
Sure.
How many wins for the Cowboys?
How many games are we playing these days? 17. Okay. I think that I don't have a pen.
There you go. And then on the count of 3, show us your number. 1, 2, 3. Oh, fuck. We have the same number.
We picked the same number. 9.
I'm surprised you have him at 9.
I know. Me too.
I
wanted to say 8 and 8.
I went 9 because.
And I gave him I fudged him one.
Okay. Well, we can both
games.
be right. We can both spike the football if they hit 9. How about that?
Yep.
Okay. One more quick sports score. The Rangers. What the fuck?
Yeah. Tell us. They're winning.
They're winning. They're winning without Marcus Semien, without Corey Seager, without Nathan Eovaldi, without Evan Carter.
Had to cut the dead weight, man.
Yeah. Just get rid of those all-star Gold Glovers. Ridiculous. It's insane. I have no idea what's happening. Granted, a lot of it has to do with the competition that they're facing currently. It's Tuesday. I think they've won like 9 of 10, 9 of 11. I mean, it's insane. The fact that they're winning.
They're not dead yet.
They're not dead yet. Do not bury them. But the competition gets a lot stiffer after this series against the Diamondbacks. So I'm working this weekend, Friday, Sunday, Astros series, and then you've got the Brewers. So you've got 2 really good teams coming in at home. Well, this team shit the bed at home last homestand. So let's see how they respond. I think they did. No, I say that. I'm totally wrong. 2 homestands ago. Excuse me. Pardon me. And I apologize, Rangers.
You're forgiven.
Thank you. So anyway, I think that to me, and we've said this, I've said this, several times throughout the season, like, okay, this is the stretch. This is the stretch. I think starting Friday, I think you look at that Astros, Brewers stretch, those games, and we're going to know exactly where this team is. Plus, it's you only have a certain amount of games left at that point. So anyway, they're still in it. Shout out to them. Kudos to them. Kudos to Boch for continuing to get them, motivated. Whatever the hell they're doing, it's working.
Yeah.
Guys that weren't producing before are producing now, and it's crazy. They're not even out of it for the division.
Yeah, it's
because
crazy.
Houston is floundering a little bit. Seattle's floundering a little bit. I mean, it's crazy. It's insane.
There's got to be. I mean, yes, it sucks that those people are all injured, but then you've got kind of like this group of like people with no expectations. You take the expectations off, and sometimes that's when professional athletes can be the scariest. Like when they can let it all go and you go play, you go have fun, you go come together as a team.
Like 2023, we saw it in September when Evan Carter got called up, right? Yeah. Like you've got this guy with this hunger, and he's a rookie, and he's 12 years old, and he's just, he's so excited, and he's so green.
He's green, yeah.
He's not jaded by all these other things. He doesn't have all these experiences.
He's having fun.
Yeah, he's like, I'm in the major leagues. Like, you better make damn sure I'm going to make the most of this. So anyway, hats off to them. I'll be working this weekend, like I said.
Nice.
And super excited to see how they fare against the Astros.
We should maybe come. We haven't been to one this season, I don't think.
Yeah.
Fun.
For
Yeah.
sure. Okay. Let's do a little What's on Your Feed, brought to us by our friends at Audrey Dollins Media. As you know, we love our Audrey Dollins Media team. They focus on not just one thing, but many things: brand management, monetization management, collaboration management, influencer management. They do content creation, photography. Basically, they can manage all of your social media needs. In addition to that, collaborating with potential sponsors, potential partners, different things like that, whether you have a podcast or you don't. They do website design. They redid our website and it looks beautiful. They do our newsletter as well, which we invite you to subscribe to. Just go to our website, themomgamepod.com, subscribe to our website. So super grateful for all that Audrey Dollins Media has done for us and how they continue to kind of push the boundaries for us as far as getting outside of our comfort zone, outside of our box, and challenging us to take our brand to a whole new level. So thank you, ADM. Okay, a couple quick things. I think just one actually that I had on the socials. Actually two. Cooper Flagg's mom is momming.
Mm-hmm.
She gave Cooper a strict $180,000 car budget despite signing a $62 million contract with the Mavs, which I think is brilliant and awesome. I mean, he's still, 18, 19? He's so young.
Yeah.
But also, too, laughable that it's $180,000. Like, I'm going to put you on a budget. It's $180,000 for your first car.
I'm just trying to...
Or not first car, but for your first...
Yeah, for your first one of your first big purchases with your new contract. I'm trying to picture like what Ryder would do if he somehow became super successul and
would he still
had
listen
that
to
much
you?
money. He would never listen to me.
He wouldn't.
He'd be like, F off. Or maybe he would. I don't know, but it's
I think
it's a funny concept.
Henry would listen to me. I don't think Hattie would.
Yeah. I don't think Ryder would, because he would think he's for sure smarter than me, like he already does. And if you find that much success that young, that early on in life, then yeah, who wants to listen to their mom anymore? But I love that she's trying.
I do too. I still want to get her on. I know that she's pretty guarded.
Tried. Womp womp.
Womp womp. But listen, we're fun and she would love us. And
she doesn't know yet.
We would love her.
We never got Luca's girlfriend on, and then he was gone.
Yeah.
Then they became married. But
with baby.
Did
they marry?
I think they did.
Did they?
I think so.
I think you should look that up. Jasmine would know. She's obsessed with Luca.
I think they got married. They definitely have baby.
I know they have baby. I don't think they got married.
Oh.
Maybe got engaged. I don't know. What am I talking about?
They're doing it out of wedlock.
If I'm right, I'll just cut a social media clip and post it later. Okay, and then one more thing
I don't care that much about that fact.
On the socials. Bill Belichick's girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, is ready to cash in on their relationship's 49-year age gap. He's 73, she's 24. Which, listen, 50 years is a lot, right, if you're 150. When you're 73 and 24, I feel like it might as well be 80 years difference, but whatever. So she filed trademark phrases, gold digger, which she wants to use for jewelry and keychains.
Isn't that a Kanye West song?
Yes.
Like, how is that available to be trademarked?
I don't know. She also tried to trademark Chapel Bill. Bill's version in parentheses, No Days Off, Bill's version, stealing from Taylor, and Bellicast. Which,
it really is like just some crazy chick that is now,
trying to monetize everything.
But think about it. I mean, we've talked about like why is she doing this? Why is this happening?
But then now is she just owning it that like, yes, I am a gold digger? Or is she like, I'm not a gold digger. I really love him, but we're going to totally play all you guys?
She's to like this whole empire, basically, just by dating him. Like she's made she can come up with all these ideas. He's just like, whatever you want, babe. Like he's a big brand. Right? And she can just do whatever she wants with that brand, and she's doing it.
But it's not like he's Tom Brady, like creating fitness routines and shit like that.
He's not Tom Brady, but he's Bill Belichick. Like, yeah. I mean, he's a pretty big name in football for a long
huge
time.
Name, but I don't feel like he's like, and I guess she saw an opportunity. Like he doesn't market himself.
No.
But he could, and so I will.
Right. 24 years old.
24.
Totally crazy.
It's insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get Tony Casillas' thoughts on that a little bit later.
We sure will.
All right, but let's hit our TMG News Desk. brought to us by our new friends at Trident Access, which you have a very personal experience with.
I do. They just came out and hooked me up. They made a beautiful new gate for my driveway. This is something that we'd been thinking about for a long time, dreaming of. In fact, we wanted to close off our backyard. We wanted a gate that we could press a button and it'd open up and then create all that privacy for us. The kids would play basketball and the ball would roll into the alley. We can't have that.
No.
So I called up our friends at Trident Access Services. They also do garage doors. Like, that's their main thing. And a lot of people probably don't realize that they need a new garage, or perhaps you've even been stuck in your garage when it wouldn't open and you've got a car full of stuff and kids and you're trying to get somewhere and you're stuck in your own garage. They're going to make sure that that does not happen. They can do any of those things for you. A new garage door, they want you to know, is more than just an upgrade. It's an investment in your home safety, appearance, and everyday functionality. They provide reliable professional garage door installation throughout the Metroplex and surrounding North Texas communities. And they can help you out whether you're building a new home, replacing a damaged door, or just updating your home's look, which, like we mentioned, it really can help with. They handle every installation with care, precision, and commitment to long-term quality. They're wonderful people there. Their slogan is Trust Trident. They're a veteran-owned company. They have all been dedicated to service prior to this, and they like to carry that forward to the public. Jeremy over there can help take care of you. Just let us know if you are in need of this, and we can help make it happen. Or you can head over to txtrident.com, or you can give them a call, 817-512-1212. And the best part, TMG listeners get a 10% discount.
So just tell them
we're saving you some money. Just tell them that we sent you. Okay. Yep. Awesome. And you'll get that discount, and it's probably time to replace your garage
door. And I
door.
love their story. Like, I haven't met him, obviously, like you have. And when he emailed us this last week, he was like telling us this whole story. And I just I love, he obviously they take a lot of pride in what they do and believe in their mission. And I think that's pretty effing cool.
Yeah. I feel like customer service has dropped in a lot of areas. And that's why they're really leaning into this. You're going to get wonderful customer service. You're going to talk to them. When they came and replaced mine, I think there were 5 guys there, making sure that everything was done properly. And it feels good. It just feels like you're really being taken care of. And this is probably something that a lot of people need and maybe don't even realize. So right now is a good time to bite the bullet and get that 10% discount.
Do it.
txtrident.com.
Okay. So last thing before we get to Tony Casillas, and I hope you haven't looked too hard at the rundown.
No, I skimmed it, but I didn't.
Okay. Because I wanted to run some, the definitions that Cambridge Dictionary has added to its portfolio
this is always fun.
Okay. And then too, it's fascinating to me to hear the actual definitions, because I hear a lot of these words, but I really don't know what they mean because my kids are saying them.
Right.
Okay. So number 1, skibbity.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay. So a word that can have different meanings, such as cool or bad, or can be used with no real meaning as a joke, like, what the skibbity are you doing? That wasn't very skibbity riz of you. So basically it's just whatever you want it to be. Skibbity.
Who started this?
I don't know.
I would like to start.
I don't know, but
word.
there used to be toilet in there.
Start a word.
Skibbity toilet riz was in there.
Skibbity toilet.
I don't know
riz.
where in Ohio was in there somewhere. Whatever.
Oh my god.
Okay, number 2, Delulu.
I've heard this one.
Yeah, short for delusional.
It's like something a lot of Swifties say when you're being delulu about some of her Easter eggs, or you think you see a sign somewhere, but you're being a little delulu, or when they were all calling for Taylor's version of Reputation to come out. Every time she'd come out for a show, they'd be like, oh, she's wearing black fingernail polish. And then you'd be like, oh, we're just being delulu, because black meant Reputation. Anyway. That's how I know Delulu, short for delusional.
I definitely know number 3, trad wife. You taught me that one.
Yes, I did teach you that one.
You're
the model trad wives.
Short for traditional wife, a married woman who stays home cooking, cleaning, and has children she takes care of. Awesome. I don't even know how to say this.
Broligarchy?
Oh, the broligarchy. So okay.
A term for tech bros who are extremely powerful and have or want political influence. That's Zuckerberg and Elon Musk. They're in the broligarchy.
That's dumb.
So dumb. Who wants political? Come on. Just take care of your own.
So many people.
Just take care of your own.
So many people.
You don't need.
Out on broligarchy. DYOR. Haven't heard this one, but I like it.
I bet you do.
Do your own research.
Yeah.
Which is it's not even that hard to research anymore. You just Google shit.
You just Google shit.
Right.
DYOR.
But I can honestly say I've never heard DYOR.
Should I say that to Anna when she asked me like every question in the world about life? Like,
questions.
what are clouds? Like, why is it raining?
But have you ever heard
What if I was just like DYOR?
DYOR? Yeah,
Girl.
never heard it. I think it's dumb.
I never know her answer, so.
Cardboard box index.
Way of measuring the health of the economy according to how many cardboard boxes are being produced or shipped.
Dumb.
Oh.
Dumb. And I
don't mind that.
Cambridge would put that in their dictionary. It's dumb.
I don't mind that.
Nano
dumbing
ship.
it down.
Oh, a nano ship. I kind of like this one. I also haven't heard it. A very short romantic interaction with someone with no expectation it will lead to a real relationship. So isn't this just called like effing?
Pretty much. One night stand.
Like,
why do we need to ship it? Why is it any sort of ship?
Code word for nano ship
Yeah.
nano ship is just a code word for one night stand.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're smarter than you, idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Career catfishing, the act of accepting a job offer but then not showing up on your first day.
That's mean.
What's wrong with you, idiot? Dumb.
You get cold feet.
Chrono working, adapting your work schedule to when you feel most awake and energetic. Okay, well, good luck on that, Ace. But I guess it's happening.
It's definitely happening.
It doesn't make that's dumb. Smartphone face, when an actor's face looks too modern for them to be believable in a drama set in the past.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's so specific.
I don't like it. Burnt toast theory, the idea that a minor inconvenience like burning your toast in the morning might actually be preventing something worse from happening later in the day.
I like that. Yeah.
You like that?
I like thinking about like you know, say you get in a car wreck or something, but like if you had burnt your toast and you had left 5 minutes later, then you wouldn't have gotten in that car wreck because XYZ wouldn't have happened.
So I had a burnt toast theory this morning. The dogs came in from outside and I went into Henry's room to get his sheets off his bed to wash them or whatever. And Izzy came inside.
How often do you do that?
Once a week.
Okay.
And so Izzy came in his room, which has carpet, and she likes to roll around on the carpet, and she got paw prints everywhere. And I was like, it's not in my allotted time things to do, but
what'd you do?
So I cleaned it, but maybe that prevented me from having an accident on the way over here because that was
like congratulations.
4 minutes of my time,
right?
That I didn't anticipate using to clean carpet. So yeah, there's my burnt toast theory moment.
I like it.
Metaface, when photos are enhanced with filters and make everyone look similarly flawless or unrealistic. I
feel like metaface is a thing.
It's a thing, and it's awful.
Yeah, I mean,
stop with the filters. Stop using filters. Stop.
The filters are out of control.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Just the face stuff that makes everyone look the same.
Yeah. So I did tell you my one trick that I do on all.
Yes, I started doing it. The one little beep.
Yeah. So if you click on your photos,
color.
Yeah, if you click on your photos, and then there's like this little, what do you call those? Like those 3 lines. It's on the bottom next to the trash thing, and you click on that, and there's a little magic wand, and you hit auto, and
it's Emily's phone trick.
And it just brightens up the thing. It doesn't feel it's no.
You don't
filter.
have to mess with all the others.
Yeah, it's like just a little magic wand, and so it doesn't change the shape of your face or your wrinkles. It's the lighting. It makes the lighting optimal. Okay, 3 more. Manterpreting. This is first of all, I'm really glad that they finally came up with a term with this. Oh, I thought it was manterpreting. Manterrupting.
Yeah.
But it also could be manterpreting. Okay, go ahead, read it.
Interrupting a woman when she's speaking, usually because the man thinks he has something more important to say. That's so real.
So real.
Emily doesn't like it.
Or manterpreting could be that maybe I need to submit that one when they have to explain something to you because they don't feel like you could possibly understand that without their explanation.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a real thing. Shalaborating.
Okay. Explaining something in a much more detailed way than is necessary, often making the explanation more confusing.
It's she. Is it because it's girls that usually do that and they're calling it shalaborating?
85%.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
How many husbands think that their wives shalaborate?
Every single one of them.
I swear. every time I start talking, it's like I can just see my husband quickly melting and dying inside. Like every time I just talk.
They just don't. Like every time it's about to go somewhere real.
I'm like, you give me an opening, I'm going to tell you everything that's going on in my mind right now.
Yeah.
Because I need help.
Yeah.
And then you shut up, shut down, don't listen.
It's like they really don't care what we have to say.
They don't.
Unless it's really important.
They're just like, I signed this paper a bunch of years ago.
Unless it involves them or even maybe 50-50, the kids.
Right. They don't. And then it's like, hello. But I just want to know what would happen if we didn't do all the things for like 2 days.
Oh, my friend was so funny. So my friend Kate, she went out of town for like, I think it was 3 or 4 nights.
Neat. New friend?
I do. I have new friends. I have a couple of new friends.
Okay.
Yeah. There's not very many, but
congrats.
Thank you. So funny that I bring up a new name. You're like, oh, you have a new friend. Yeah. So
someday I will too.
I can't wait till we add to our list of friends. There's just not very many. So yes, my friend Kate. I think I'm still in single digits, but we're approaching double.
Okay.
Anyway, she went out of town. She was like, I can't. She said in our group chat, she's like, I just want you guys to imagine what my house was like when I returned after 4 days out of town. And she immediately said, she was like, Emily, you would probably just move out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we do a lot of things. I think just if you're a man listening, I just hope that you know that as women, the vast majority of us just feel like we do a lot of things. And
they're going to say we do a lot of things too, Emily.
Yeah, they do. They make so much money and
mow.
No mowing over here. No mowing over here. Big bank, take little bank. That's what my husband always says. Oh, big bank, take little bank. It's like, it's a reminder of who's the breadwinner in our family. And I'm like,
big bank, take little bank.
We have a whole language in our house.
He's telling you to F off basically because he makes more money.
It's just like a little joke every once in a while. Like, when I like to pull out my list of my spreadsheet of things that I'm doing. And then basically he just fires back with like, big bank, take little bank.
That's funny.
It is funny. And if I didn't love him, I'd probably murder him in his sleep.
Right.
But I do love him tremendously.
Yeah.
And this is the way our marriage works, is the constant jabbing at each other.
Yeah.
Which is basically how all of my relationships work.
Right.
Which is a very healthy thing. And
even with Kate?
Normal. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I give Kate all the shit. Yeah. I can't be friends with people that I have to be gentle with.
They don't make the group text.
Well, I mean, can you imagine me trying to be gentle? Like,
no.
It just doesn't work.
Mm-mm.
It's not, it would be like, oh gosh. Like,
oh, golly gee.
I'm so sorry. Are you okay?
No.
I like you a lot. I hope you have a wonderful day. Like,
do you ever have to like talk to like a group of ladies like on a text? Like, so I'm playing Ryder's soccer team right now and I'm room mom again, which...
Oh my God, what are you doing?
I wasn't going to. They sent a thing saying they needed people, which is so unlike our school. I think as the kids get older, people stop.
100%.
Yeah.
You get to 5th grade and people are like,
and that's when I
peace
do
out.
it because it's
fucking
easier,
done.
Right? Like it's easier as they get older. They have switched teachers, so you have a team. Like, so I did it last year, and then they sent that thing, and Ryder was like, "Mom, will you do it again?"
Okay, if he's
so I sidebarred the girl. I was like, "If no one else does it, I will." And then next thing I know, congratulations, you're the room mom.
Congratulations, room mom.
I actually loved that job because if I'm gonna do anything, it's gonna be like spoiling and helping the teachers. I'm not good at other stuff, like decorating libraries and all that. Like I can't balloon arches and all that. Like
balloon arches.
I love the people that can do that, but I am not good at that. Yeah. One thing I can do is like hopefully take care of people nicely. Yeah. So that's the only thing that made me think of was like if you ever have to speak, because I'm like talking to Ryder's soccer team is a whole group of people that I don't know. Like so it's dads and moms on this thing and I don't know any of them. So I'm trying so hard to like be gentle and like Do you ever have to do stuff like that?
I don't ever do that. Like you've seen me even in business dealings. I don't do that.
Right.
Yeah.
But business, you're not supposed to do that.
Business, anything.
Right. Oh yeah. Yes, like the actual hashing it out business part.
No, but I'm just saying,
you're saying the other part, like the whole courting of a sponsor relationship.
Yeah, I very rarely go in gentle with anything that I do.
That's true.
Yeah, it's really to our detriment sometimes. But I feel like I feel like it's so, like, for example, like, so Charles Cooksey, who is the GM of Gateway GMC, who has literally supported us from day one, has supported every endeavor I have ever come to him with.
Right.
Whether it's the only thing he hasn't supported is my skincare because he doesn't need it. But this man has literally supported everything that I've ever done. He and Jaffa, his long time girlfriend. But like so he's our biggest sponsor on the Mom Game. He's our presenting sponsor. And so like he'll send me a text and be like, why didn't we trade for a bat like at the trade deadline? Why didn't we trade for a bat? And I was like, have you seen our fucking offense lately? Like, and he's like, okay, I'll take your word for it. Well, then we go in the shitter. And I'm like, well, maybe you're right. Like, I should probably be more gentle with people who are, you know, largely responsible for the financial support of our business endeavors. But I don't know. Maybe I'm not, I know I'm capable.
Yeah.
It's just not my personality. It's just not who I am.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's okay.
But I also feel like, and I think you would see this, like, I'm also pretty fucking like ruthless on myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'll crush myself.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, yeah. I mean, yes.
Yeah. But I do think that
that's what people appreciate that about you.
But I do feel like it takes a special
lot of people BS their way
kind of person to be friends with me because it's not, because I'm
not for the faint of heart.
I'm rough.
Yeah. You might cry a few times. So being Emily's friend, you might
and
cry.
I cry too. I cry.
Yeah.
I'm soft sometimes. I cried Friday with my friend Jessica. I've cried and my friend Lauren.
Oh.
Yeah.
What are you crying about?
I don't know. Just being like grateful and also probably scared that I was going to have to sleep by myself in my house that night.
Oh.
No, I can get in my feels.
No, I know. I'm not saying that.
Yeah. It's just, I save it for special occasions.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Kate.
Yeah. Cheers to friends. Okay.
Cheers to friends.
All right. Speaking of friends, what should we do?
Time to what? Just made her spit up her wine.
The way you just said,
that was me stalling. I was like, what does she want me to do here? Time to hang out with one of our great friends, former Dallas Cowboy, Tony Casillas. We're talking all the things.
And we are thrilled to be joined here on the Mom Game by national champion, world champion, longtime Dallas Cowboy, Oklahoma Sooner, Tony Casillas. Tony, thanks so much for being with us.
Man, it's an honor being with you guys. I love your show and I love all the content. And I'm just I'm thrilled to be here. Looking forward to this.
Yeah, we've gone back and forth on social media saying, let's do it. Let's do it, the podcast. You said yes. And I said, then we found a time. And no better time than right now. Because it's so quiet on the football scene and on the Cowboys scene in particular.
Oh, never anything to talk about when it comes to the Cowboys, right?
Exactly.
It must be football season.
It is.
Or no, it seems like it's 24/7, 365 days during the year. So, yeah.
Yeah, it is around here. Okay, so first of all, as a former player, you've been retired from the game for how many years now?
Oh, my gosh. I'm giving away my age, Emily. Retired in 1997.
Okay.
I started playing. I guess I was in NFL when I was 16. So
yeah, there you go. The math adds up.
Yeah. So I've been out a lifetime. It goes by fast. Trust me. But yeah, I look back and like, wow, it's pretty surreal that you
almost 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much do you keep up with it now? Football, the Cowboys in particular.
It's kind of interesting because when I first retired from football, I just wanted to just get away from the sport and just try to build a billionaire empire, and that didn't really happen. But played a lot of golf, so I got away from it. But then I just realized, hey, it's my DNA. You know, it's something I've been around forever, and for some reason during football season, it just seems to just lure me in. And so no, I keep up with it quite a bit. I mean, it's hard not to, especially living in Dallas, and I just think it's one of the greatest sports besides baseball, which I know that you're
partial
to
to
that. But yeah, it's great to be able to be part of it. And again, there's always some type of drama going on in Dallas. And look, I mean, whenever you played for a championship team like the Cowboys, we did in the '90s, it's hard to get away from that. That still creates some identity. So I enjoy it, man. I enjoy just following the sport and obviously the Cowboys.
And you kind of have a unique opportunity, too, as a former player in a town where everybody's always talking about the Cowboys, to kind of get in the media realm a little bit, do some interviews here and there. I mean, that's at least a nice thing to have in your back pocket if the multi-billion-dollar industry doesn't quickly come to fruition, right?
Yeah.
Kind of when you hear Jerry speak about you're a Cowboy for life, that's one of the ways that you are. People are always going to ask you about the Cowboys, right?
Oh, absolutely. And it's it is America's team, and I think that when you look at that, and I really, playing for the great franchise and the brand, the star, and what it represents, and that generation just had so much great memories and championships and winning and kicking people's ass, and so it was just a great decade to be a part of. And Emily, you mentioned I've been out for a long time, and it's been a long time since the Cowboys have been relevant when it comes to winning championships. So people want to talk about that. A lot of people don't remember that, the younger generation, but you meet people all the time. It's like, hey, man, this is great. You made my life so memorable back when we played. So they're still talking about it until the present day Cowboys do something about it.
Right.
So I guess there's so many different things to talk to you about. But first, the big news over the last couple of weeks has been the Micah Parsons saga, and then ultimately his trade to Green Bay. As someone who, defense was obviously a huge part of those championship teams, and that you look at, I'm sure, partially. What was your impression of, I guess, that entire scenario, how it went down, everything leading up to it, and then the ultimate end result?
First of all, I thought it was a very, very it wasn't a very smart trade on my part. And I say that. I understand the business aspect of it, what you got, but a generation player like Micah Parsons, and, I've been able to play during my career, the Reggie Whites, and I've never, in some of the most dynamic players, Lawrence Taylor, and to see what his impact and to see what he's done in 4 years, and to give up what his production has been for that team. And when he's not playing, he's not on the field, they're definitely not as good as they can be. So I just thought it was just everyone else was like shocked about it.
Yeah.
Especially, the whole not Dirk, but the Luka trade and everything. It's like it's just a compound on just trading a superstar player. So I was in shock that they did that. Now, I think there was a lot of, Jerry probably getting his feelings hurt in negotiation. And then I thought really it was just kind of weird to think he was holding out, but he's under contract and he's at training camp. And you know what the media is going to do? They're just going to focus on him. And so there's kind of a sidebar deal. And so I thought that, we'll see what happens when they get, the 2 first-round draft picks they traded for. But, man, I did not like it. A lot of people thought it was just one of the stupidest decisions that Jerry's made, and because of what you gave up, a generational player.
So, and you mentioned the contract, that he still had a year left on his deal. Then you have the opportunity to franchise him for 2 years. Has that changed? When did that start happening where these guys start getting deals a year or two early, and they not only get them, but they hold out if they don't get them?
Well, I think it's you kind of prove yourself, and for a player like Micah, which for the period he was here, he had 52 sacks and just this amazing player. It's over 10 sacks a season. So it started happening whenever obviously the salary cap and it escalated and got larger. But I think that's kind of been the teams are going to have to play these guys sooner or later. And I think for a player, you're in the prime of your career, your production. You wait another year or two, then maybe you get injured. Your value is not going to be as much. So they started doing that in essence to protect the player, and I think more or less in good faith. Because you're going to have to have to sign a player like Micah Parsons, obviously your quarterback, Dak Prescott, but it's something that protection on both players. But just the whole thing, like holding out but not holding out and being there, I think Micah probably could have done a little better Because if I'm just trying to get a contract, it becomes emotional, and seeing them on the sidelines and laying down, taking a nap on the the table on the sidelines, just comes so much drama, and it's inevitable. It's going to happen that they're going to get a deal done, and so I think. People, he's got a year left on his contract. It's a franchise, but I think it's to protect his future and to get as much as you can.
Especially in the NFL where contracts aren't guaranteed.
Absolutely.
I've never understood this. So Major League Baseball has the strongest players union
the best union.
I mean, those guys are all guaranteed. I mean, it's insane. And then it's like, but in those careers can last 20 years for a lot of guys. I mean, you reach that 10 years of service time. It's a huge milestone, all that kind of stuff. But yet the most violent sport, that the shelf life is so much shorter as far as careers are concerned, and they don't have that protection built in to guaranteed contracts across the board, which has always fascinated me. Like, what is that going to take? Which I didn't mean to go off on this diatribe, but what is that going to take for the NFL, the Players Association in the NFL to flip that script to where, come on, man, like this is the biggest revenue generating sport we have, the most violent, the shortest shelf lives. These NFL guys should be the ones getting that guaranteed money.
Believe it or not, it's a lot better than it's been. I remember when I played, the only guarantee you had was your signing bonus. So fortunately, it's gotten better.
Yeah.
So guys are getting guaranteed money, 75% of the contract, but Major League Baseball, was it Bobby Bonilla still getting paid like $1.5 million for an annuity? I mean, every September he's getting that direct deposit. I mean, great for baseball. But and so I think it's these owners, it's a collusion of these owners setting the market and basically saying this is what we're going to do. And really, I don't think the NFL's had the best players association. It's gotten better, but as far as contracts and guaranteeing money, and then you topping on with the concussion lawsuits and everything that goes along with that. I mean, your body just gets, abused. Oh. And so I'm all for you, Emily. I think that you hit the nail on the head. It's like, these players that play and sacrifice their body, especially the ones that are able to get a big contract. I mean, you have to guarantee the majority of it. And a lot of guys, as I mentioned, it's better now, but it could always be better.
Yeah.
But I'm always blown away. 70, from Micah, I got $133 million guaranteed, and he may play out. That's a 4-year deal, and I think another thing. I think guys want to get shorter deals too because they don't want to get. I think that's kind of the thing I hang up on these contracts because 4 years is not a long time, and you have the opportunity to get that contract,
and then you could get another one if you shorten it. If for a 5-year deal versus a 4-year deal. I mean,
right. I mean, you have
get another shot at it.
Exactly. And I think that's smart negotiating.
Yeah. What do you think of the whole circus aspect of the Cowboys, having been a part of a team that won a bunch of Super Bowls and, like you said, or a couple Super Bowls, like you said, trying to get back to that point, but there's always something else. There's always something else right now. I mean, it's most often Jerry. Like, people are talking about Jerry doing this, Jerry doing that, Jerry in the documentary, Jerry in a crazy trade that no one expected. And we're not talking about football enough. As somebody who was a heart of those teams that people remember and will remember forever, and that the Cowboys will hopefully someday get back to, what do you think about all the off the field stuff that now just seems to really be a distraction from what people are drawn to, which is watching a football game?
Well, Jerry, he admitted his old admission said it's a soap opera, and if there's not enough attention, he's going to do something to stir it up. So, that's coming from the horse's mouth right there. I think it's really, really polarizing for the rest of the NFL and fans throughout in different fan bases because, Dallas is still the clickbait. It's a lightning rod for. Whenever something happens, it's on ESPN, it's their talk shows, it's on social media platforms. And I don't know, I think Jerry's a very bright marketing guy, but I don't think that – I don't know how calculated he is. And if he is, he's very smart when he does that. But it's nothing related to the game of football in some aspects of it. I mean, it's the brand, it's a star. It's, you go to AT&T Stadium. It's part of it's almost like it's an amusement park. It's like going to this place, and we may not win that day, but you know what? We're going to be able to experience all the things that goes along with being at AT&T Stadium. So that's been a sidebar. And I think when you talk to a lot of the former players and the guys that have played on that team, and they go to different teams, and they say, man, this is work. I mean, we're focused on what we're supposed to do, and there's not this circus. So the players are part of the people who are coming to see. The exposure you have when you're at the Star, and people can go in and selling tours through that, and selling tours at the stadium. And I think maybe that's gotten lost in translation as far as what is the main purpose. I mean, think about this. I mean, he's winning, he's losing and winning at the same time, and because he's making money on other tentacles of it. But it's hard to defend. It really is, because I get tired of all the jokes. And the last time the Cowboys had won is a VHS tape, which they are true. That's how long it's been. So all the memes and all the things that go along with that, and it's hard to defend that because we, the Cowboys, haven't been relevant in so time, and yet it's a lot. The most valuable sports franchise, and everybody's just like they're pretty much pissed off because they resent the fact that the Cowboys, and like, what have you done lately?
Yeah,
right.
Except have the most valuable franchise.
Yeah. I think there is a level of resentment there, not only from fan bases outside of the Cowboys, but within the Cowboys fan base,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
it's frustrating.
It seems even, obvious just with this last trade. Like you mentioned, the Cowboys getting a couple of first-round draft picks, but you have a guy that you're digging for in the draft. Like, that's the guy that you want each season. You want somebody to turn into what Micah Parsons was for the Cowboys, which was the best player on the team. And now you're going back to the gambling, not to mention the Netflix documentary again, but like he likes the gamble, he likes the chase, he likes to get the media buzz going, even if it's to the detriment of the team and the players that are out there fighting for you every day, and the coaches. I mean, geez, like the Schottenheimer has to be frustrated too. Like, oh, cool, what do I have now to work with heading into a new season with opening night this week, and the week before you get rid of the best player. So I don't know there's not even really a question there, but it's just that I can, as a fan, it's hard to be a fan these days like I used to be, but it's just so frustrating. And so I guess, what do you think of this current team post-trade? How's it going to look? What are the chances?
I don't know. I think it becomes very emotional with fans too.
Yeah.
And is my son, he's like the biggest, he bleeds silver and blue. And, when things happen, and I told him, I said, I'm sorry, you're just a little too young. You didn't get to experience that. And then right away when they made the trade, he's like, hey, they lost a fan forever. I'm like, this is coming from a 25-year-old fan. So I don't know. I think I love Brian Schottenheimer, and I said this before, just being in that atmosphere.
Yeah.
And the difference between Mike McCarthy is totally different.
I heard
culture.
This interview. Yeah.
And really to go out there, and I think he embraces the legacy of this older guys, and he's a lot of energy. And I think the players really, we'll find out how they respond to him, because I think it's any professional, whatever, if it's a college, whatever it is, I think you got to have a strong coach. And I think he's got the energy. I think he's, it's a more fast pace, and I think you can kind of sense that just talking to people. But back to Micah, this team can't be as good without Micah Parsons. And I love the trade. I know the defensive tackle they brought in, Clark. I think he's a good player. And when you say, hey, we need to stop the run, and I'm like, well, you drafted Mosley Smith, and you did, and there's a couple of guys that you brought in to stop the run, Jerry, and maybe this is the guy, the Messiah, for doing that. But I mean, who are you kidding yourself? This is more of a personal thing with you, not to negotiate. First of all, let me ask you this: and when everyone does a contract, it gets personable. Whenever you start talking to people, and you're like, I'm doing a contract, and I don't really want to hear what's being said about me, so I'll let my agent do it.
Yeah.
So since when does Jerry try to? His whole deal is he just wants to look in your eyes,
right?
Have his hypnotic eyes, and his,
Those baby blues.
magnetic personality, and he's
the most powerful man in the NFL.
Absolutely. He's very charismatic, and he wants to get you in a room by yourself and get the deal done. And so Micah said, "Hey, look, I want to get as much as I can, and I don't want to hear all that, you trying to sway me and just fill me up with all these all these different superlative things about me. I want to get as much as I can." And so I think he just got a little offended by that.
Yeah. And I think I want to ask you about the documentary, and if you,
of course,
I mean, because you lived all of that. You lived all of it, and it was such a fascinating documentary. And Jerry Jones is such a polarizing and fascinating subject matter. All of those things that that happened during that time. Have you watched it, first of all? The documentary.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you watched it just stem to stern.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it was an accurate depiction of the way things unfolded?
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things in there that are left out, because I know a lot of players, including myself, was interviewed for 6 hours, and there was a lot of things that,
left on the cutting room floor. What are they thinking?
I didn't get any love, but maybe what I had to say was a little bit too much, considering Jerry took over the editing part of it. And look, I mean, without Jerry, I mean, it doesn't have this stage, a platform with accessibility and everything.
Sure.
But everything that happened, and then some in that whole generation and decade of how we went out there and balled. I mean, we were good at compartmentalizing things, because there was
so much shit going on.
Oh, there's
so unbelievable.
You didn't hear anything. Now, I will. There was a lot. Michael, without a doubt, Michael. I think he made. I guess he made a comment about there was a lot of crazy people on this team, and Chuck was a crazy. But I would say Michael Irvin was probably the craziest.
And have you ever, I don't know that I've ever witnessed, I mean, I guess it's happened, but like the rehabilitation to his image, and now, I mean, it's crazy to me. Like,
Michael,
the shit he got away with.
Hey, you know what? We got a lot of it. It's because of that. My phone right there, social media.
Yeah.
Social media, and that was the best thing about that. And maybe that's the people you really don't know the story, because there's not a lot of like dead bodies anywhere.
Oh my gosh!
Skeletons.
Can you imagine?
Hey, we all have them. Trust me.
We all have them.
Yeah, and I had them back in that decade. But I don't know. It's dysfunctional was our team.
Yeah.
Because as soon as we left that building, which was unique, because Jimmy was crazy. Jimmy was a crazy coach, and I say that this philosophy because the whole thing with I don't know if you've watched the whole series. But him not feeding us on the plane, that's a true story. But there was a couple other things that happened on there that happened when we lost again. First of all, that was a true story. He's like, hey, they lost. They don't deserve it. Treating us like we're 15-year-olds or something.
Right.
Like trying to But that was his way of the mind, and like trying to like make you feel as uncomfortable as he was. And I remember when we were our first playoff run in '91. He was telling us, hey, you guys need to, you got to focus on football, because football's my life. And that's all it should be. You're like, I said, well, that's our job, and we'll go home after work and do what we need to do. But, it was it was on a Friday, and he says, look, he goes, I hear about all these distractions going on and everything, and you guys need to focus on football. And I want you guys to do what I did. I want you to tell I'm going to tell your wife, your girlfriends, your family, parent, everyone, just to stay home, and you'll talk to them after the season. We're like, come on, Jimmy. And then that weekend, they had this expose in the Dallas Morning News about he had this estranged relationship with his family because he didn't talk to him. And so the reality of it, that series is there's so much to unpack and to talk about.
And that wasn't included, it sounds like.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff is included. And the thing about him is that he was able to put a fear and the insecurity in guys with the guys like Michael. We all went out and partied. We'd go out. Not just Michael, me, everyone went out. But the thing that Jimmy did is instill this fear of insecurity. It's like, if you you come to work and you're not focused, I'll cut your ass. Yeah. And he did that. He cut John Roper, who fell asleep right next to him. Jimmy snuck in a special teams meeting, and John didn't see him. He just traded at Chicago, and John made the fatal mistake by falling asleep, and Jimmy snuck in, sat right behind him, and tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Hey, John," I said, "you need to go in and you need to pack your shit up.
Wow.
Go in the clean your locker room because I'm cutting you. Go get some sleep."
Yeah.
And he did that. He used different examples. I mean, he said later on, Troy did that. He'd just say, "Hey, just wake up."
Yeah.
How was your dream?
Let me get you some
What are you
coffee.
dreaming about?
Let me get you some
We're
coffee.
dreaming about watching fish. Now, him going over.
Oh, yeah.
and
I thought that was hilarious.
And that was great about because Troy was this guy that had this really strong personality, and I wouldn't say stoic, but you knew he was the guy, like a pitcher in baseball. He wants to be. He's in command, and he was in command. And so once he got out of the coaching realm of it in the meeting rooms on the practice field, Troy was a guy. Like he got in the huddle, and he looked at you the wrong way, and it's like, hey, you better be accountable for. So I think those two guys had the same personality and they lived and breathed, which is great. Mm-hmm. But the whole deal with him going over and sitting in a chair and watching the
aquarium,
and watching fish eat fish and having a 6-pack of Heineken. that was pretty good.
Yeah. Did y'all know that was happening when y'all were playing?
No, we didn't know.
Y'all would have given him so much shit, wouldn't you?
Shit. Hey, you know what? He was crazy. I mean, not crazy. There's some of his tactics, like from when on that trip to Washington, whenever we were flying in, he was going to cut Frank Cornish, who was an offensive guard, because he had a smile on his face, which you don't want to smile when we lose the game because all the coaches are in the front of the plane and you see him walking back. You don't want to smile. So he caught him laughing. He said, "Hey, I'm going to deal with you tomorrow by saying I'm going to cut you." And that's the first time I ever seen a black guy turn white. And then about an hour later, there was we had storms here in Dallas, and Dallas DFW, they close now when the wind blows.
Right.
So the pilot, Jimmy wanted to the thing about it, he just wanted to fix it. He wanted to get back and watch the film, and he was miserable. And again, if you didn't want to make eye contact with him because he just didn't. It just wasn't a good eye contact. So anyways, they basically said that the pilot said, "Hey, we're going to divert the plane because of inclement weather." This is on that same trip when we lost to Washington, when we didn't eat, where he almost cut Frank Cornish. He gets up out of his seat because on the first class, gets out, and the pilot made an announcement, say, "Hey guys, I'm sorry, but we're going to divert the plane and be an hour late." This is a true story, ladies. Gets out of this chair, opens up the cockpit door. He says, "I want you to land this fucking plane right now."
Oh, gosh.
And we're all like, "Oh, my God, you have lost your mind."
Yeah.
I mean, we're all just looking at it, and he's serious. He is serious.
Oh,
and the pilot, grabs him by the shoulder and he sets him down. He's just like a little kid, he's just throwing a fit. He says, "Hey, Jimmy, you lost a football game. I'm responsible for all these people on this plane. Sit down and have a Heineken." But that was just Jimmy. It was an insane personality.
Quite the opposite of what the Cowboys have now in Schottenheimer, right? Do you think the current...
No.
You don't think so?
Yeah, you can't get away with the stuff that we did. No.
Yeah.
You can't do... that hard-nosed coaching, right? People couldn't handle it now. I don't know. Maybe they could, but they'd never know because they never given the opportunity. But it's just interesting how much it's evolved over the years. I mean...
What's a hybrid, Julie? It really is that you got to have a hybrid of knowing what's... And look... It worked for us because we had success.
You're scared shitless?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fear of God.
Oh, and y'all were so talented.
Yeah.
And those teams were
and we needed and we needed some structure. And that's what I meant. When you look at that Netflix series, there's some guys that, that were on the verge of just, we were crazy. We did, like I said, living in Dallas in the 90s and winning Super Bowls and young and a professional athlete. We're rock stars.
Yeah.
And so we did some really crazy shit.
Yeah.
We really did.
But also, too, okay, and I'm not endorsing, constant crazy shit among sports franchises, but I will say, even in the time that I've been covering sports, which is almost 27, 28 years now, how much I've seen things change as far as used to back when I first started traveling with the Rangers, 8, 9, 10, whenever that was. I mean, the guys they get to the hotel at 10, 11. They've lined up a dinner and going to have drinks and doing whatever, staying out late, all that kind of stuff. And, and those teams in 2010 and 11 and even 12, those were some of the most tight-knit groups there were. And I feel like to a certain extent, you have to have some of that. But now everyone, all athletes, or the vast majority, are so worried about their sleep schedule and their diet, and they probably don't even partake. And which I'm not knocking any of that. All those things are great. Be healthy. But there is some of that, like doing dumb shit together and hanging out and just doing bro stuff.
I don't know about the stuff we did.
Right. Like I said,
that was an extreme.
Do you see that? Do you see the White House stuff?
Yes.
I wouldn't condone that, but
within moderation.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it builds a little brotherhood besides just going to work. And 160 games of baseball. That's a long season. I could see. It'd be a little redundant after, just after
and I'm not,
a while.
like I said, I'm not saying
all
all
the
time.
But I know what you mean.
There has to be some of that.
And I think that's what we did. We built the bond outside of the building.
Yep, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. However you do that.
Yeah.
However you build that
we'd go
bond.
out and have dinner and just hang out and just we got to build some relationship just because I think that's what's not great about sports, especially art, in football, is that you don't have to like each other. But you got to respect each other. And if some guy's going out and partying and not taking care of business, making a lot of mental errors, and the reason why someone capitalized on the mental mistake, then they're going to call you out. So I think that's what we kind of you got to have that. You got to build that bonding with each other. Just on, hey, we're going to sit here and do we're going to sit here and do a podcast, but after that, we're going to go home to separate ways. I mean, just kind of use that as an example. You got to build that relationship, but we did that. It was
a very strong foundation in that area. Okay, with that being said, how strong is that bond still to this day? I mean, how many of those guys do you still stay in touch with and keep up with?
Well, we get to see each other. And I think that's one thing that Jerry and Coach Schottenheimer did, and since he took over, is that he's already invited us back, because I think he really and again, I always thought Mike McCarthy was this guy, this big fat dude on the sideline. I didn't say fat. I mean, he was robust.
There we go.
I'm sorry. I'm not body shaming anyone.
Okay.
My bad.
Yes, we're fine. You're
but
fine.
He looks like he's one of those guys that used to go and have a burger with a cold beer, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But it seemed like that wasn't his personality. He's more a professional guy and just kind of kept his head down and really just kind of, hey, look, I'm Mike McCarthy and I won a Super Bowl at Green Bay and yada yada. Oh, by the way, you had Aaron Rodgers, you had Aaron Rodgers, and so you had some pretty good quarterbacks. So I understand. It's a different. Again, I mentioned it's a different vibe, and really just he wants to make this an environment where the players understand what built this legacy and everything. And so I see that, and I think he's a lot of accountability too, and that's why, I mean, when I first the whole Micah trade, I was just thinking to myself, like a lot of other people and former players, is that's one of your best. I think he was the best player they had on that team.
Yeah.
By far.
A lot of people think that, yeah.
So I'm just saying, I'm thinking it's his first year, and hopefully this is not going to detour that. But you don't know. There must be other things going on with Micah that people, maybe he wasn't a team guy or anything like that. But I think that's different. I don't know if that's going to equate to them winning 12 games. I don't know if that's going to be the number or what success they're going to do. But he's saying the right things, and I just feel like he's the kind of guy that when you look at him, he's not full of bullshit.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I like about him. That's his personality.
And it does take somebody special, it takes a special kind of personality trait, whether it be the approach that Jimmy had, instilling that fear, or the ability to relate, like it appears Shotty has, to relate to these dudes who are grown-ass men who are getting paid way more than you are. You have to have a different approach to how you're going to motivate that group of people. It's not like coaching a bunch of high school kids. I mean, this is a completely different.
Well, I think the brand too is that is that I was talking to Troy one time, or I asked him a question. I said, hey, what do you think the difference would be in now and then and now? He said, well, I'd probably have about 5 million followers on Instagram because now that's with the Cowboy brand, it's automatic, because it's a brand and it's more celebrity, it's more me and this platform as opposed to just. And I think sometimes kind of people just, I don't know if that's, it's accurate, but I think a lot of guys get caught up in that when they haven't done anything at all.
Oh,
what
sure.
the hell have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
Right.
And I think the old school guys and the fans and everything else who follow these guys and, celebrity, athlete, at the end of the day, you got to give them something to what they're paying for.
Right.
And not paying to go just be part of the spectacle. You want to be part of greatness whenever they finish the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What along those lines? What do you think of college athletics and the NIL and everything going on there? Is this good or bad? Are we heading in a positive direction or negative?
I don't really. I was the biggest OU guy. I mean, obviously that's why I had my career at Oklahoma, and I think the NIL and the transfer portal has run college football. Although there were some great games this last weekend. I mean, there were some hellacious games. But I think that they need to fix it. I mean, NCAA also, I don't know what they were thinking about. It's like, hey, it's just like a free-for-all.
Yeah.
The NIL money. Again, high school kids, I heard they're paying high school kids and NIL. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. And then you've got the transfer portal.
The transfer portal.
It's just like it's the Wild West in college football right now.
And you pay somebody, these players making $2 or $3 million a year, and then they transfer the next year, and there's not really any, there's no retention there, and there's no, not loyalty, but hey, look, let's get a couple of years from you.
Yeah.
And it's like last night I was watching North Carolina and TCU.
Yeah.
And Bill Belichick, or welcome to the college football.
Is that not effing insane?
It is. It's weird to see
that he would put up with this shit. Like, he doesn't have to. He's rich AF. He's got a girlfriend who's 50 years younger than him.
What do you guys think about that, Bob? I was going to ask you guys.
I feel like
God bless him.
Well, God bless him. Yes.
No, I'm just. I mean, that's another subject.
Yes.
But my point being is that
I
think
be real, right?
She's preying on him. Who wants to that?
He's 71, and I'm looking at it, it's like, dude, he's
not hot.
Yeah, I think she must have something on him or something.
But it's so perplexing to me, and I feel like if the roles were reversed and this was a 25-year-old dude going after a 75-year-old woman, we would all be up in arms.
Why?
That he was taking advantage of
Why?
her.
Because she had money,
right?
And there's no.
I think she's preying on the elderly. I really feel
think
that.
It's elderly abuse.
I do. She's so bossy and stuff.
I
don't know.
But she owns him. It seems like.
Hey, he's winning rings in all different kind of categories.
I guess so.
Anyway, I like talking about this.
He's probably everything else. Now he just needs a side piece.
He's got the ultimate bragging rights at the retirement home.
You don't like to have the sleeveless cut off. He did look a little robust, and when I was watching him on the sideline.
It's just, and the stuff he's doing, the crazy shit on social media where he's like pretending like he's a fisherman. He's dressing up as a fisherman and she's a mermaid or something.
And
who is this man?
And that's the least guy would think, because he's always you got to be in control, right?
Yes. I mean, like,
he has no control.
Yeah. And
so it's kind of like, how did he change?
It doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense.
We all know how.
It must be golden.
One way.
It must be golden. It must be lined with gold.
Something that he likes, and he's not going to say one word about it.
He's got some good drugs, man. Give me some of those drugs.
Seriously.
Anyways, what was your question again?
No. It's insanity to me.
It is.
It really is. It's one.
And then she shows up at practice, and she's I don't know. What does she think? She's kind of got that bitchy kind of.
I was just about to say.
I'm sorry.
She is bitchy.
Yeah.
I mean, she's like
she's like taking him in control, and
it would be like, honestly, it would, if this happened to Jimmy Johnson, in my opinion. So I put them on the same like crazy football coach. This is my whole
Where
life.
you just wouldn't
You're right.
expect it.
As Jimmy Johnson.
That's a great
You know what
comparison.
I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Except for Jimmy's at least handsome.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bill.
But no, the fact
I'm
that
way too old for him anyway. I shouldn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Way too old.
Out of his age
Hey, I'm
bracket.
like, why can't you go out there and find you a hot 40-year-old or something?
There's
I mean,
plenty
come
of
on,
them out
man.
there.
Or
I know.
But yeah, it's just so unusual to think. But back to the whole him. Yeah, I don't know why he to see him coaching in college football.
He doesn't need this.
It's 80 transfer portal guys that come, out of the transfer portal.
But
In college football, it's just hard. It's hard to watch because again, it's like you're paying some guy and he's he take the money and run the next year.
Yeah.
So I just think that they have to. It's professional sports, and so here's what bothers me: is some of these guys get so sensitive because you criticize them, these college athletes, but they're 18, they're making $4 million a year. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If you're Archie Manning Jr. or whoever you are, you're making that, you're going to get criticized. There's not like any, he's only 17.
Yeah, he's just
Right.
a kid.
He's a grown-ass man now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's making $4 million a year, and that's my guy, and I'm paying to go watch him, and he's getting paid.
Yeah.
It just seems
is.
like it happened so fast.
It did
It's
happen.
like the blinked.
It
and all of a
happened
sudden-
during COVID. I remember because I remember when I was on a walk and they said like the whatever lawsuit or whatever ruling that came down from whatever I was like, here we go. It is going to be the Wild West because certain schools will just be like, we are going to blow this thing fucking out of the water until they tell us we can't anymore. And that's exactly what's happened.
Yeah, and I mean,
been
who would ever
insane.
thought they'd blow it up like this, though?
Oh, and then the transfer portal as a whole. I mean, it's just it's crazy. It's like, we always talked about, what NFL coaches have to deal with. Well, now college coaches, you'd put recruiting,
I'd hate to be a
transfer
college
portal,
coach.
NIL. I mean,
There's no
good
way. If I had a
Lord.
chance to be a college coach or in the NFL, there's no way I could be. Nick Saban, I think he got out when he could because he's such a control guy.
Yeah,
And
he's like, I'm not messing
and look,
with
those
this.
guys, I got paid when I was playing at OU. I got the $1,000 handshakes.
Yeah.
But I couldn't imagine. And to your point about COVID, there's guys that were in college football for 10 years.
Right. I know.
They'd be like, he's like
there were 10 years.
Yeah.
30-years-olds.
He's a 10th year senior.
Yeah.
Oh my
it
gosh.
was. It
It's
was
crazy.
absolutely insane.
Okay, it is the mom game though. So real quick, just want to touch on parenting.
Oh,
You've got a
yeah.
couple of kids,
Yeah,
right?
I have 3
What are the-
kids.
3 kids.
I'm a poppy now. I have a 5-year-old
Oh,
grandson.
that's
You're-
what we called my daddy.
How is
the
that
grandkids called
going?
him
Poppy?
Yeah,
It's
Poppy's
going good.
fun.
I'm Poppy, and my wife's she's Coco.
Oh, that's
I really don't
cute.
give a damn. I just
Yeah.
but I like Poppy.
Yeah.
It's going good.
Cute.
It's going really
How
good.
old is your grandbaby?
5 months old.
5 months old.
And what's weird is that he looks exactly like my son when he was 5 months old.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Really?
Like there's no doubt that that's not his not his son.
Yeah.
And I
Strong
feel
Casillas genes.
I feel bad for my daughter-in-law because I'm like, well, maybe the girl will hopefully
Yeah.
the girl will look like you.
It'll,
Yeah.
it'll
But it's
come out and
pretty-
just be a boy with long hair. Like they'll all look
It's pretty
the same.
fascinating.
Yeah.
It's just it's a different perspective.
Yeah.
You guys are obviously a long, long way from that. I mean, you never know, but
Okay, that's enough, Tony.
no, I'm
Thank
sorry.
you very
That-
much.
wait,
it's
wait,
going to
wait.
be a
Never-
long way away.
oh, I know it's a long, long
I'm
way.
kidding.
Yes.
You never know.
You know
I
what
do
I mean.
know, damn it. It's going to be a long way away.
Hey, I'm saying that for my 25-year-olds, but yeah. So it's cool. It really is.
Yeah.
So what all have you been doing in the almost 30 years since you left the game?
Has it been 30?
Well, I mean, you said 98, right? 97, 98, 97.
Damn.
So that would be, it'll be, you're 28.
All right, so when I retired, I got into broadcasting, did radio, TV, did that. Played a lot of golf. Got a lot of business ventures. Made money, lost money. And then I've been very fortunate. Play a lot of golf now. I love to work out. That's my passion. I mean,
you can tell.
Well, I mean, I appreciate that. But I think that one of the things that, as a former NFL player, I remember when they first came in, NFLPA, they met with the players and they said, hey, guys, the mortality rate for NFL players that played certain years is a certain age, I'm like, wow, when you're 25, you're not thinking about that.
No.
Like, hey, I'm never it's gonna be
Not
forever.
thinking about being a pappy.
Yeah. I'm not thinking
Poppy.
about
Poppy.
Pappy, something like. You can call me Grandpa, Papa,
Spain,
whatever.
Italy, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
All the same.
Yeah.
So I just I never thought about it until I retired, and then I started seeing other guys I play with in college and NFL. They're gone. So I think for me cognitively, and it's more therapy for me to be able to have that type of euphoric feeling and still be able to do it. I mean, your body's battered, but still it just does a whole lot. So I enjoy doing that, traveling, kind of semi-retired. But I've been fortunate. I just try to keep in the lane and just try to do things and not do it sooner than later.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's really, you talk about moms. I just lost my mom about a month ago.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and so I always think about, with the mom especially, the mom's your son's first love. So I'm thinking, I just want to do things, I want to do things while I can and enjoy, and
smart.
While I'm still active,
Spend as much time with your family as you can and make those memories. Did your kids play sports at all?
They did.
Uh-huh. How was that?
I think there's this whole version of as an athlete and having your kids, if you've been successful, that there is kind of this pressure that you kind of put on them because of whoever their parents are. And so I didn't really like push it down the throat like some of these other parents do. I mean, I'm sure that you guys have been around.
We talk about it a lot on YouTube.
Sports is out of control.
I hate it. I mean, I hated the fact that the way these parents, and especially now with NIL and all this, people was like, oh yeah. And I'm sure you
now
guys.
It's like we don't have to wait until pros get paid. We can get paid before.
It's like, hey, take care of mom and daddy when you get. And so I never really did. I wanted to play, but I was really had a lot of anxiety watching them play football because, it's just as a parent, it's totally different as an athlete doing it. You don't think about that. So I always wanted to make sure that they understood the fundamentals and understood the game. And you don't have to be, you don't have to play 150 select baseball games or go to all this, all these different academies and everything. But my son, my youngest one, Jed, twins, and Sophia and Chase, my oldest one, he got a bad concussion, like a bad one his senior year in high school. And I tell you what, that hit me hard.
Yeah.
And you guys know, football is a violent game.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I'm like, man. I said, I don't want you to play football again. Yeah. And he didn't play. He played in high school, but you guys talk about this.
We talk about it a lot.
It's asinine, right? What are these parents thinking about?
It's a lot. I mean, and I think about, and I mean, I'm guilty of some of it. I mean, we've been on a select baseball team for a number of years for Henry because we thought it was best for him, but then she's playing flag football, and then she's playing, she was looking at club soccer, and fortunately I pushed her off, club volleyball. Thank God we dropped soccer a few years ago. Club volleyball. And I was looking at the price tag and the time commitment. And, this organization wanted you to text them pictures of their dinner the night before a tournament, to make sure they're eating healthy.
Kids. These are children.
Hey, I'm eating a cheeseburger with French fries.
Right.
What are we doing?
Forgot to pick for my milkshake.
And
then,
And then,
what do you think about this, Coach?
Right. And then I'm the kind of parent that's like, F you. You can't tell me what to feed my kids. You don't.
Are you serious?
Yes. You do not.
Oh my God! They're taking it to a different level.
It's all everything.
Too much.
It's all crazy. It's all crazy, and I just it's like every season it seems like you hear or experience something else that's just so fucking next level.
So
You're
you guys feel
doing?
pressured though as a parent?
No.
Because you don't feel like. Because I think some
that's real.
Yeah, I think some people they get persuaded and influenced because they feel like, oh, Johnny or Jennifer, she's in the club soccer or club volleyball or football or whatever.
Yeah.
I gotta get in there because they got to play at that level when they're 8 years old.
Yeah. We've tried to be good about. I mean, there's a couple decisions we've made that have been felt like early on it was in the best interest if we go this way instead of this way. But I think now we really try to, we let our kids dictate. Like, do you want to play this sport?
That's a great thing. Yeah.
And I'm like, then if there's like the slightest hesitation, it's like, no, it takes too much time, too much energy, too much effort, not just on you, but on us as well. Too much money. Like if you're not into it and you don't love it, like let's punt it. Like we don't have to do it.
Yeah.
And so I think once they reach I think in the beginning you're trying to expose them to everything, which is kind of where Julie is right now.
Yeah.
I think Julie's kids are in like every sport that's ever been invented, but you're trying to figure out.
There's some they're not doing.
Right.
But the tough thing that we're experiencing is 4th grade, everyone's going club. 4th grade.
That's crazy.
My son is in 4th grade and he's
and-
had multiple teams disintegrate the rec level. So I'm coaching, my husband and I are coaching a random rec soccer team this year just to keep it alive.
That's great.
Like I don't know any of these boys. We don't know if they've played before. It's going to be wild.
It'll be fun though.
But it's just because he still wanted to play soccer and I didn't want to put him in club.
Yeah.
And it's just sad that that's the way things are
And they
going.
try to pigeonhole, and I think it's like, oh, you got to pick. Oh, you either got to do a baseball player, or especially in high school,
Yep.
you have to get a baseball player, basketball, football, volleyball. This is what you got to do. It's like, what happened to the days whenever you play? And I think that's what you guys have stood. It's like, let them don't put any pressure on. If they want to do it, let them do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't do it for me. I'm not living vicariously through you.
Right. And
Yeah,
I think too,
exactly.
a lot, I think my job has made me not so that way because I've seen, and all the guys that I've talked to are like, my advice would be play as many sports as you can, as long as you can. Like, I don't know. I realize the level that you have to be at in order to make it at the highest level. And the odds of that happening
Parents have no clue.
are very slim. And so it's like, I want you to play these sports because I want them to teach you discipline, hard work, being a good
Absolutely.
teammate, all those kind of things. Do I hope that you make it to the big leagues? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I hope that. Do I think that that's a reasonable expectation? Absolutely not.
Right.
But you can take those things that I just talked about, those things, that's going to take you far if you learn how to play hard, have fun, be a good teammate, learn discipline, structure, all that kind of stuff. That's going to help you not just to try to be a baseball player. That's going to help you in any sort of profession. And I think we just lose sight of that. And so many parents get their identity from what their kid does
And
on
a lot
a
of it's
field.
social too for the parents. It's like,
Oh,
these
sure.
other parents
Yeah.
are all doing this club, and I want to
But
go.
it's
Yeah,
and it's like the ones that kill me are the ones that only like they'll post like a picture of their kid playing soccer or whatever, and then they have to tell you how many goals they scored, how many shot attempts, and came up just short, but we got the runner-up ring. Or like, it's like, is it okay if we just post a picture of our kid in his uniform? Like, I'm not going to tell you his stats. Like, I just feel like there's just that so much validation coming from parents, and that the kids can feel that even if you don't tell it to them verbally, they can see that and it's one thing to be proud, but I feel like so many parents get their identity
It's just
about what
pressure.
little Johnny is able to do on a
Yeah.
football field, on a basketball court, on a baseball field, on a volleyball court, whatever. It's just
Little Johnny's trying to throw a slider when he's 10.
right,
The
exactly.
curveball. And his arm.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
sure you guys have stories
no
about
idea.
oh yeah.
like out there. You had
Yeah.
Tommy John surgery when
Oh,
they were
yeah.
15 or I've heard stories like that.
My husband is so adamant about Henry's a pitcher, and he's a pretty good little pitcher. He doesn't throw terribly hard. He's smart. He likes to mix his pitches. Like I love watching him pitch. But Mike, my husband, is so adamant about like he will only let him throw so many pitches, and Henry gets so pissed. And and we try to tell him all the time, like, he's just looking out for you. Like, we just want you to. It's just not smart.
Yeah.
You're
too
13,
young.
14 years old.
You got to
You don't
let
need
the
to be-
body develop.
But then you go to these tournaments, and there's these coaches that will just ride a kid. And thankfully, there are parameters in place, but those are even a little high. It's just like it's just sad, and it's sad on the parental level. It's sad on these people running these organizations and tournaments and all that. It's just
They still have the parents like screaming at the kid in the stands and
Oh,
the
yeah.
officials
Oh, yeah.
Oh
and-
yeah, you can tell.
Yeah.
The kids that like hang their head when they're walking into a game or out of a game, that they're
Yeah,
getting ripped
I
like
know.
by their parents, and it's not fun.
And then most of those guys, most of those kids, they usually end up quitting when they're 14.
Exactly.
Because they're tired of it.
I'm like, I don't want to listen to you anymore. And then the parents.
Like, I know a way to shut my parents up. Just quit.
Yeah.
That's the only way to get them to stop yelling at me.
Let them have fun.
Right. And that's what I think what it comes down to. I think it's all about having fun at this point.
I know. But
and people who aren't doing that and take the fun out of the game, it's
I don't know.
Sad.
Little Johnny can make $1 million.
Right.
Man.
On
like,
the
hey,
NIL.
let's go.
Get my money sooner now.
Let's go.
Yeah. A little bit investment in my end and it pays off. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. But that's why we like having those conversations and we love the perspective from somebody like you who's won Super Bowls and played in the NFL.
Well, here's the thing also
so
is that I really think that, you're talking about sports and Little League, and high school sports. It's amazing how intimidated these coaches are when you have, a son or a daughter that has their parents or one of the parents a professional athlete, and they've had success. How insecure and intimidated they get when they want to give their input.
Yeah,
and that's another thing that drives me crazy. And I had a hard time. My wife says, sometimes you just don't know when to shut up. And
I've heard that a time or two.
You heard that before?
Not from your wife, but from my husband.
From his wife.
I said that to you?
Oh, no.
I was going to say.
Not from your wife.
No, I'm talking
from
about
my
me.
husband. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Y'all have been in
Wait, you talk too much or she talks too much?
Oh, I always talk too much.
Okay, same. I can identify.
So I always felt like, what is the deal? Because I live in a community. I want to volunteer. I want to help your team out. But some of these coaches, and especially some of these coaches that are in a bubble, coaching in a bubble where their athletic program or football program is not very good. They don't want to hear the input of someone that's had experience and wants to go help these guys because they're intimidated or I don't know, whatever insecure they are. Like, dude, I'm just trying to help out. Oh, we don't need your help. Even though
or do they just know it all?
Oh, exactly. They know it all.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah, we know more. I know more, a lot more than you do. I played junior high football. Now I'm a coach, so I know everything because that's my, that's my expertise.
Right. Or maybe they don't want you to come in and be like, hey, you all need to chill out. Y'all are crazy.
Oh, I've done that before.
Good.
And that's what I would
keep
say.
It real with these people.
Yeah, and I think that's sometimes with, and I hear that a lot with with former athletes. It's not just. It's kind of the way that's the norm. It seems like, and there's some.
But those are the chill ones.
Yeah. And there is some coaches that are like, hey, look, help me out. I don't want your job. I just want to make you. I just want to give back. So it just seems to me they're kind of resistant to that.
Right.
You're welcome.
All you can do is try.
You're welcome to come to McLean Middle School anytime and help the.
Well,
I'm sure they would
throw some junk.
I'm sure. I was thinking more football. I'm sure the football coaches at McLean would love to have.
Hey, I need a soccer coach.
Yeah,
my daughter used to play. And we said no tushies, and no tushies meant run. And, it was like they were all in it just to have fun.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care.
Which is important.
If you want to take it to another level, it's on you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think you just need to have your kids play golf. That's a good sport.
Working on it too. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, you're not going to get your head banged.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Very safe.
Stay in one piece.
Yeah.
That way you can play with dad or mom and get an excuse to be on the golf course. Hey, I got to play golf with my kids.
And for the wife,
last forever.
The wife can just tell your husband, hey, take him to go play golf. And they're both happy. They both get out of your hair.
That's an ideal woman right there.
Yeah.
Right?
Go.
Hey, honey.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want me to make a tea time for you?
Yeah, exactly. Standing tea time.
Oh, by the way, stay at the
morning.
19th hole as long as you weigh out.
Exactly.
Right. And then come home and all I want to do is talk about your best shots of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Tell me about that.
You shot 102. Oh, that's okay. You're still a great golfer.
Right. Here. You probably need a foot massage.
Tell me about that approach on number 8.
Let me rub your shoulders.
Right.
Hey, would you like some scotch or would you need a cold beer?
Cocktail.
Tough day at the office.
That ain't happening.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's not happening at our house.
We'll try our best.
Well, Tony Casillas, thank you so much for being with us. I'm so glad we were finally able to make this work. And then hopefully we'll see you around soon. And we'd love to have you back on. Get a little Cowboys pulse check during the season.
Halfway through, we can talk about what it.
We'll do a mid-season report.
We'll see how right we were and how wrong we were.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, Tony, thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks, ladies.
So we end every episode. Look into your camera. We throw up up the peace signs and we say mom game out. It's cheesy, but we've done it every episode since we started. So here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Mom game out.